When I started back to Weber State, I had been out of school for several years raising a family. As I went back to school, it really made a big difference to my family and my children. I think they saw how hard I was working and saw that school was important to me and that good grades were important to me, and it affected them in a very positive way. My husband last year went back for his master's degree, and in the fall semester we had all 6 of us in school and every one of us got straight A's. Before I went back to school, I think I had a lot less confidence than I have now. It's really made me a better person, and all I can say is, watch out, who knows what I can do now.
Since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be a student athlete, and Weber State has made that possible. I've been here for 5 years, and for 4 of those 5 years, I was a full-time student athlete. Student athletes, in order to be successful, they have to be really, really disciplined. We like to emphasize that student is first because we know that that's what's most important, is to get an education, and we're blessed to be able to play the sport that we love while we're doing it. As far as my coaches go, they're always really, really good about making sure that you're getting your work done as a student. I work hard, but some things don't come easy, and I had a lot of really, really good professors and instructors that were willing to take the time to help me. The staff and faculty definitely help with directing your dreams. I feel like after graduation, I'll be able to take on the world.
It's not just my dream that I'm finally graduating in, it's my sister's as well. She always wanted to be a dental hygienist, and she died a month before graduation, and so she never got the opportunity. My sister was the example. She always set the example. She was the first one to get into college. She was the one who inspired me to love dental hygiene, and now I get to graduate. And I get to do what she always wanted to do and what I love. My professors in the program have been the most wonderful, supportive group that I could have ever asked for. They weren't just my professors, they were part of my family. I couldn't be more pleased with what I've been able to accomplish so far. I made it! I finally did. After everything, it was worth it.
When I was 22, I realized I had no passion for what I was doing. I was going through the motions, the daily routine, I was stuck. I was working at the Old Navy in Riverdale, and so Weber State University just happened to be right up the street. So at 22, I started at Weber State, and it was a blessing in disguise. I am going to grad school in Brussels, Belgium. It's called the University of Kent Brussels School of International Studies. My emphasis that I've worked on for this last year of my undergrad and what I want to continue doing there is on genocide prevention and crimes against humanity prevention. Dr. Stephanie Wolf opened me up to that passion, and this last summer of 2015, I had the opportunity to do a study abroad in Rwanda to go study the genocide, and that took that passion from an interest to a die-hard passion, and just seeing a whole society come together and be unified after something like that. I would love to be a part of that in the future.
The only international students is from Syria. First I came as a tourist a year before I got admitted to Weber, and then I drove next to Weber State University. Oh, I fell in love with it. I met my wife at Weber State. I met her first at the door of library through friend, and then I saw her going to the shuttle bus and said, oh, I really would like to talk to her. I really want to know her better. So I went to the shuttle bus and I talked to her. Of course, my English was terrible, but she tried to help me to speak and explain what I want to tell her. So this is how I met her. And then I proposed to her with the help of the WSUSA faculty and leaders. I proposed to her in the Wildcat Theater, and I'm glad that she said yes.
I am a first-generation student. I've always wanted to make my parents proud by continuing my education and getting my degree. My dream came from them. They weren't able to go to college and get the degree that they wanted to, so the fact that I had that choice to attend higher education is what encouraged me to follow my dream. If it weren't for student involvement and leadership, I'm not sure how I would have been able to pay for college myself. I did get involved so that I could get a little bit of extra financial help, but I ended up falling in love with student involvement and leadership, and I continue to stay and serve as the vice president of Davis campus.
In August, I'll start medical school at the University of Pittsburgh. The application cycle was just last year. I was sitting in a room with my other applicants. Almost every single one of them came from prestigious schools. They started off, they would say their name. I'm from Vanderbilt, I'm from Stanford, and I just couldn't help but stand up confidently and with a big smile on my face say that I was from Weber State University. I have nothing but pride and joy for the institution.
Spending 5 years here at an institution where I knew I could get a great education, where I knew I'd be able to meet others and network, where I knew I'd be getting a job really quickly after graduating has just been comforting knowing that I chose a great institution to attend.
Weber State has always and will always be my home. It is a place where I have been the saddest, I've been the happiest, and I have been able to meet the most wonderful people through it.
With all the skills that I obtained from Weber State and with the good education that Weber State provided, I feel like I'm more confident in myself.
Weber State has made my dreams possible and has definitely changed my life for the better.
So the change that's happened with me is going from being complacent, doing all right, to realizing that I can do anything. And Weber State has helped me realize that potential.
Just the act of getting a degree, it's hard, and you have to push yourself to places that you wouldn't have gone without it. And I quit so many times. And I just kept coming back. It's a pretty big deal.